YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome in to my channel. My name is Jake Asman. Thank you for watching my video. We're going to talk Jets, Giants, give you some takeaways from what was the first preseason game that any Jet fan has seen Zach Wilson play and Robert Saleh coach. Before we get to some takeaways on what I thought was a successful night for the Jets, please subscribe to the channel down below if you don't already. If you already have subscribed, thank you. Please like this video, comment your thoughts. What did you think of the Jets preseason win over the Giants? Also, social media, if you want to connect with me on Twitter, at Jake Asman, on Instagram, at Jake Asman, please engage with me there. I want to hear from you. Jets, of course, do beat the Giants, for whatever that's worth, by a final score of 12-7. Scoring aside, that's not really the big takeaway. It doesn't really matter. No serious injuries, it doesn't look like, for the Jets. That's the biggest thing. But let's talk about Zach Wilson. Let's talk about the quarterback play, because Jet fans, that's what we wanted to see. We heard a lot about Zach Wilson. Oh, he was uneven at the green and white scrimmage last week. Well, that doesn't really mean anything. And now in his first game action, I thought Zach Wilson played really well. He was 6 of 9 for 63 yards in 2 series in his debut. I went back and watched all his snaps again this morning just to see, what I saw last night. My initial thought was he looked cool, he looked confident, he looked sharp. Watched it again this morning. I feel the exact same way. And here's the thing that I was hoping to see from Zach Wilson. I was hoping to see a guy that knew the offense, that knew where to go with the football, that when he faced some pressure, and he didn't face a ton of pressure because the Jets' offensive line did a nice job protecting him. When he did face some pressure, would make a smart decision with the football, check it down if he had to. And he did that on one of his drives to set up, a 3rd and long. Instead of just chucking it down the field, he checked it down to the tight end. I believe it was Tyler Croft for 13 yards on 3rd and 14, kept the drive alive. They go for it on 4th and 1. Obviously, the Giants made a nice play up front. They stuffed the Jets on a run attempt. But here's the big takeaway I had with Zach Wilson, who I thought was very impressive in his debut. On 3rd down, he looked the part. A lot of times with rookie quarterbacks, they can look good on 1st or 2nd down. Then you get to 3rd down, which in the NFL, 3rd down's the money down. You're not going to be any good if you can't convert on 3rd down. Zach Wilson made his best plays on 3rd down, which is a testament to the young kid. He went 3 of 3 on 3rd down, including a 9-yard completion and a 16-yard completion to Corey Davis and Keelan Cole. The play to Cole was especially impressive because he stepped up, delivered the ball on time. But the throw to Corey Davis along the sideline, he put that ball in position where only Davis could go and make the play. I mean, you just saw the physical talents, jump off the screen last night when you watch Zach Wilson. I mean, pressure in his face. He's able to step up, deliver the football to Tyler Croft, which I alluded to for that 13-yard pickup on that 3rd and 14. I just thought on 3rd down, that's really where we got our best look at Zach Wilson. I thought he did a nice job. He didn't look overwhelmed. Looked like he had nice control of the offense. Afterwards, Robert Saleh said, obviously, his potential is through the roof. Had nice things to say about Zach. There'll be some things he can clean up and things we'll get a chance to look at going forward. Next week, Jets play the Packers, but they have joint practices next week in Green Bay. So it will be a nice test for Zach Wilson and this offense to go up against a different defense, not go up against the Jets defense in practice. And now, obviously, you go up against a good Giants defense, but you got to put it in perspective because you don't have a Dory Jackson out there or Leonard Williams. Some of the best players on this Giants defense were not out there, but you didn't want to see him play poor, right? You wanted to see Zach Wilson go out there and look the part. And I thought he did. So overall, I think if you're a Jet fan, you should be excited about what we saw from Zach Wilson. Look calm, look collected, look poised in the pocket. I think poise is the key word here because a lot of times you could see rookies be a little overwhelmed. Zach Wilson did not make that rookie mistake that sometimes you see from, you guessed it, a rookie quarterback. His arm strength jumps off the charts. And I think Zach Wilson is going to be a much better guy that we see that plays better in games than practice. Practice is about executing the plays that you draw up. It's like, here's the play, go out and do it. We're practicing the play. Zach Wilson was picked 2nd in the draft because in addition to having the ability to make plays in whatever offense he's in, he's also great when the play breaks down and he has to improvise, when he has to, rush outside the pocket and throw off different arm angles and off different platforms. Like Zach Wilson's strength is not going to be just dropping back and throwing a quick slant. He could do that, but I think what makes him an elite quarterback prospect, why the Jets took him second overall, is that when the pocket does break down, he's going to be able to improvise and make plays downfield. That plays that a lot of quarterbacks, couldn't make if the pocket broke down. Wilson will find a way to get the ball to the right player because he's good outside the pocket. He's good throwing on the run. These are things you're going to have to be able to do if you're going to have a lot of success in the NFL. So that's takeaway number one. I thought Zach Wilson was impressive. I thought that the key in all this was how he played on third down. I thought there were some positives there. Good to see him get that chemistry going with Corey Davis. Corey Davis, so important in this offense. We know Wilson already has the chemistry with Elijah Moore. Obviously, would love to see more out there. Robert Saleh said after the game last night that he's day-to-day, so maybe Elijah Moore can play in the Packers game next Saturday, and we can get our first look at number 2 to number 8, which I know every Jet fan is hoping is a combination we see for a long time. But overall, with Zach Wilson, strong debut. Now you hope he builds on it going forward. Other takeaways in this game, I'll stay on offense here. I thought Denzel Mims played well. He made a bunch of plays. He was out there on special teams, too, in the fourth quarter. So because of some of the injuries the Jets have suffered at wide receiver, Robert Saleh said that a bunch of guys basically had to step up and take one for the team. I mean, here's Denzel Mims, a second-round pick, playing in the fourth quarter of a preseason game, and I thought he played well. That one catch he made where he went through a bazillion defenders for 20 yards was incredibly impressive. Obviously, Denzel Mims is very raw. He didn't have a preseason last year. This is a guy that was injured in the regular season. He needs to work on his route running. The Jets are trying to get him to polish that aspect of his game up, but he made some plays last night, 3 catches, 51 yards. Look, injuries happen in the NFL. The Jets are already dealing with some injuries at wide receiver. Denzel Mims is going to make this team, and I fully expect him to have a role on this team going forward. But good start for Denzel Mims. The preseason is important for him to build chemistry in this offense and to earn the trust of the coaching staff once again. Staying with offense, look, tight end is still a problem on this team. Tyler Kroft, he was okay. Obviously, I referenced that catch he made on 3rd and 14 where Wilson found him. But Chris Herndon contributed nothing in this game. Kenny Yeboah out of Ole Miss fumbled, and that set up the Giants' touchdown in this game. We know the Jets are not loaded at the tight end position. It would nice to see if they can maybe add to that group. We keep hearing about a potential trade for a tight end. I don't know if that's going to happen at this point. I feel like tight end could be a problem for this team during the year, but the Jets are going to cover for that by using a bunch of different wide receivers in the slot, like Elijah Moore, like Jamison Crowder, like Braxton Berrios. So I don't know if the tight end is going to be heavily featured in this offense, but obviously you would have liked to see more from guys like Chris Herndon, but you didn't get that last night. Some other takeaways. Look, I thought the Jets defensive line switching over to that 4-3 defense here under Robert Saleh and Jeff Albright. I thought the Jets defensive line played really well. And I get it. It's against the Giants O-line. That's not exactly, the 2009 Jets offensive line. But I was really impressed by what we saw. Carl Lawson only played 1 series. That's all you need. Let him just get some reps, and then he's good to go. Bryce Huff, though, he is playing really well. Robert Saleh put him out there with the Jets pass rushing unit. Like the third down, go make a play unit. You want your best rushers out there? Bryce Huff was included in that. And he registered a sack on Mike Glennon to bring an end to the Giants' first offensive series. Huff had another sack later on in the game. He seems like an ideal fit. I watched the press conference last night where I believe it was Connor Hughes of The Athletic asked Saleh about Bryce Huff. And Saleh basically said, yeah, Bryce Huff has done an unbelievable job, transforming his body. He's going to be a real player, for that team on the defensive line. I'm very optimistic. If you watched the show before, my thoughts on the Jets O-line. I'm very defensive line. I'm very optimistic about where this team is at right now on the defensive line. I mean, Quinton Williams is coming back this week to start practicing. I can't wait to see, what he could do. But overall, I was impressed by the D-line. You hope they continue to build on it because we obviously know the cornerbacks that the Jets have is not an area of strength at this point. They're going with a lot of young players, letting them get their experience this year. A good defensive line helps your secondary. Just like for years when the Jets had Darrelle Revis and Antonio Cromartie, their secondary helped their pass rush get in there, right? Because if you could cover that eventually, I don't care how bad your defensive line is, they're going to get home. But the reverse effect is the case for the 2021 Jets. pressure up front will take a lot of pressure off the back end in the secondary. So I was overall, I mean, I was pleased. I thought the Jets looked solid. It's one game. Zach looked good. As far as the backup quarterback play, Mike White, I thought, had some nice throws. James Morgan was fine. Nothing really jumped off the chart with the backups. They didn't make the killer mistake. Zach Wilson overall obviously looked good, and that's all any Jet fan truly cared about, because you just know if he threw a bad pick, it'd be the number one storyline. Oh, Zach Wilson threw an interception. Well, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if he did, but he didn't. So we could feel good, at least for a night, about where this team is at. And I think you should feel good about where this team is at through the first couple weeks here of training camp. We still have a little less than a month to go from the start of the regular season. But overall, good first night for Zach Wilson as far as actually, seeing him in a game, right? A debut. Mims played well. Bryce Huff played well. Some other key players made some plays out there. Corey Davis, Keelan Cole. I've said it before. I think Keelan Cole was one of the more underrated signings the Jets made this offseason. Guy's a professional. Never misses games. Always productive. Was productive on a really bad Jaguars team last year. I think he's a nice fit in this offense. So overall, you tell me. I thought the Jets had a successful night. I thought Zach Wilson impressed and passed his first quote-unquote test as the Jets quarterback. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see how this week plays out. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Jake Asman. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe down below. Like and comment your thoughts. Appreciate you watching. Once again, you can find me on Twitter at Jake Asman and on Instagram at Jake Asman. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later this week. See ya.